Dear beloved friends and elders, first of all, I sincerely wish you a day full of good health, peace of mind, delicious meals, deep sleep, and a life of wellness every day beside your loved ones. Dear friends, have you ever heard, eating fruit is good for your health, breakfast must be nutritious, or juice is always healthy? All of that sounds reasonable, right? But those seemingly healthy habits, if repeated incorrectly every day or at the wrong time, not only fail to improve our health, but can silently damage the pancreas, raise blood sugar, and lead to diabetes without us even realizing. Especially after the age of 60, when the body's ability to regulate insulin naturally begins to decline. So, which habits are silently harming our blood sugar every day? And how can we identify and adjust them in time, without having to rely entirely on medication? I invite you to watch this video until the end to better understand why the foods we've always believed are healthy may actually be triggers for diabetes, and simple, gentle eating and drinking habits that help the liver, pancreas, and kidneys breathe again each day. If you find this video helpful, easy to understand, and easy to apply, please leave a comment with number 1 below. And if this is your first time hearing this information, or if you're still unsure whether it's true, feel free to type 0. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please click the subscribe button so that each day I can continue to share more natural, simple knowledge that anyone can apply to live a healthier and longer life. Dear friends and family, before diving into each specific habit, I'd like to share something very important about how incorrect eating habits, especially after age 60, lead to diabetes. When we eat, especially foods high in starch or sugar, the body converts them into glucose, a simple sugar used as energy. Normally, the pancreas secretes insulin, which acts like a key to help transport glucose from the blood into the cells, allowing the body to generate energy. But when we consume too much sugar, starch, or eat at the wrong times over a long period, the pancreas is forced to work overtime, constantly producing insulin. Eventually, the body's cells become less responsive to insulin. This is called insulin resistance. At that point, sugar can't enter the cells and instead builds up in the blood, leading to type 2 diabetes. After age 60, insulin regulation naturally weakens. If we continue to eat improperly, blood sugar imbalances progress faster, increasing the risk of complications, blurred vision, kidney damage, even stroke. That's why eating right, at the right time, understanding your own body, is the way to save yourself every day without needing medication. That reminds me of Mr. Sao, a neighbor of mine. Before he was diagnosed with diabetes, every morning he would eat ripe bananas and drink condensed milk, proudly saying, "This gives me energy for the whole day," he said. "It's fruit and milk. There's no added sugar, so why worry?" But just 6 months later, during a routine checkup, his blood sugar had exceeded the limit. He was shocked, but the mistake wasn't the banana itself. It was eating it at the wrong time, without regulating how often, and combining it with high-sugar condensed milk. So right now, let me share the first habit that many people make, something they think is healthy, but can become a double-edged sword if eaten incorrectly. That just goes to show, even healthy foods can become harmful if consumed the wrong way. And bananas, a fruit that seems completely harmless, are a typical example. Dear friends, bananas are one of the most familiar fruits, easy to eat, easy to buy, and packed with nutrients. We've long gotten used to eating bananas daily to aid digestion, replenish potassium, and prevent constipation. But the important point is, for older adults or those at risk of diabetes, if bananas are eaten incorrectly and too frequently, the harm may silently begin before any benefit is seen. In a ripe banana, the amount of natural sugar, especially fructose and glucose, is quite high. From the outside, you wouldn't think it's very sweet. But once inside the body, these simple sugars are absorbed quickly, causing blood sugar levels to spike in a short time. In younger people, the pancreas can respond quickly with insulin to stabilize things. But after 60, the pancreas weakens, insulin secretion slows, and cells become less responsive to insulin, so that sugar isn't processed in time. Over time,